Hello there and welcome to Complete Games. I'm James and today we begin our journey to complete Fjordur, a map that I've been super excited about jumping into and sharing with you guys, and it could in theory be the last of the free DLC maps that we see from Wildcard, with Arc 2 looming on the horizon now. Now we just come off the back of defeating the Alpha King Titan on Extinction, and since the introduction of Fjordur, there's a few new conditions that apply to completing this game. One of which is completing the runes here. We need to find 200, and for every 100 runes that you find, you get an extra 5 levels. Pretty self-explanatory really. They just act just like the glitches on Genesis, and they give you an experience boost, just like a note would on any of the core maps. So a bit of an Easter egg hunt in order to unlock all of those, but we'll be doing that as we go along. Now, I did actually have this map on as a community map in the past, so I've decided to build exactly where we built last time, except when it comes to putting an entrance up here, I don't want to just stick a behemoth door under this waterfall here. I want to be able to build out of this waterfall and build a nice entranceway, so that's going to be the plan today. I've got a load of resources ready just in the back of the cave here, and I want to build this into a nice entranceway. Now, we have got a few mods on this map because this is going to be a community map. If you are on Discord and you are on PC, you're more than welcome to join. Just follow the links down below and you'll need to just give one of my admins a shout. I'm in this cave with Vexing Cat. She's my tribe mate and she's also the server admin, so just be patient with her, and if you want to join the map, we'll get you on the whitelist as soon as you can, and you can try and complete it with us. And like I've said in the past, when we get to Genesis Part 1 and 2, well, when it comes to doing them missions, the more of you that are on, then the better, as long as we don't have to carry you. And you're going to have every opportunity to be able to get up to speed pretty quick. But this cave, I'm really looking forward to doing some stuff with. We're going to get some trophies up and we're going to go through loads and loads of stuff. I've got guides on all of this stuff coming. First off, we have S+. Now, pretty much most YouTube playthroughs always have S+. I've always not had it because I want to apply to console players here as well. Just a little bit too heavy here. And I've always built without S+, so you can follow along. But I am going to teach you a little trick today that you can use with S+ or without. And I want to get some sort of entrance and portway built. And like I say, last time I built in this cave, I wasn't happy with this entrance. You couldn't just run in and out. So we're going to put some foundations down. Now, of course, the rest of the crew are on the map. They've kind of all split up as well. They've got some tribes. And like I say, you're welcome to join. There's still a few spots left that you can build on. So just give us a shout on the Discord. We'd love to have you. Now, when it comes to covering all of the functionality of the S+ mod, there's so much to cover. I'm not going to get through it in this video, but I will be doing future videos on all of that stuff. It's pretty much a staple of most community servers, and really, if you looked at what we did with Extinction and you see how big some of them breeding pens have to become when you're not using mods, you can see why it's a staple. And, oh, just misplaced that one, but here's one of the great basic things that this mod does. You can actually stack foundations on top of each other, and it really makes building infinitely easier when you can just build a flat surface like this just to get started. And I wish that this was actually in the vanilla game, but you can still achieve the same effect. In fact, like I say, I did build in this cave in a past episode. I can't remember when we went back here, but I remember doing this exact thing. I had to do it with pillars and ceilings, so it can be done. It just takes a little bit more time. And with S+, it's just, there's a lot more to it. Now, let's just pick this up. For instance, we can change the texture of any of these foundations. We could change it to wood or thatch, but it still has the integrity of stone, and that's great. It means we can use all of the materials, and especially outside, I'm probably going to upgrade what we do to metal and then turn it back to stone so it looks like this, because there is a few alpha creatures that can fall down that waterfall. I've already had quite a few of them. We're going to have to kill quite a few of them to collect all of the ruins that they drop as well. That's another thing that we've got to do on this map. So let's just continue building this flat surface so I can run in and out of this gateway. Now, in addition to Fjordur, this is a clustered map, and right now we've got Ragnarok running. And that means that any of the newcomers here, you can start on Ragnarok if you want. It's just going to be a rotating map, but it will give you that opportunity to get some easy dragon eggs, get yourself started, especially if you know that map quite well. It doesn't take you very long at all to get a start on that map, and each month we'll have a different map on the rotation. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I just want to get one more foundation in underneath so it looks sort of plush with that waterfall. And so yeah, you're going to be able to utilize Ragnarok. I'm not sure if I'm going to cover much on Ragnarok. We might do something with the lava golem maybe later in the month, but for the most part I'm going to be sticking on Fjordur. And of course Fjordur warrants that we're going to be able to go on all of these other maps just to be able to collect the notes. And of course any new player who's coming to this map, they're still going to need to beat the island map, the island bosses, if they want to stand any chance of getting the ascensions and actually completing Fjordur. So I'm going to go back and do it all again, and then players are welcome to take a bunch of shadow mains over there if they want. If they can find some good ones here, they can take them over to the island map and do it that way, or however they desire. I know I'm going to be coming up with some unique ways to be able to defeat some of these other bosses, and in all honesty, you've always been able to do it on official servers, so I think utilising all of the maps in this last playthrough before Arc 2 is going to be good fun. So it's been a minute, it's taken a little bit of time to get all of these foundations down, and I think I've got a rough idea of where I want to put our main door. Now, I did experiment with a behemoth gate, but it didn't look quite right. It just sat too tall against that waterfall, so I'm going to use a couple of dinosaur gates here, and I don't think they sit quite right like that. I think I'm going to separate them with a wall and just grab a couple of these, just make it a little bit more symmetrical. And before I started building this, I knew it was going to be one of them builds that I'm just going to have to fit into the environment, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to show you. But all I've really done is made a flat surface coming out of the cave out to this point, and I want to make the entrance round about here. I think it's a little bit boring just to stick one behemoth door and just cover up the cave, and I think this will be a lot nicer in the end. So let's just separate them two, see what that looks like. I think just spacing out a double door here, it's going to look cool. And I'm going to switch some of these resources around to wood on the top as well, or to give the appearance of wood anyway. Let's see how that looks. So I'm not too sure about this sort of bridge area that I've got going on here. I just know that I'd always get dismounted when flying out the cave last time round, and I'd like to be able to just run out onto a platform. I think we need to take perhaps some foundations off of the right side, put them onto the left side, so it looks like them two door frames. Yeah. If we take it away from one side, put it on the other, give it a little bit more symmetry. It's difficult. It comes out at a diagonal corner, and like I say, I do expect a few dinosaurs out the front here, so I'm not going to really leave much here. It's just I want to make an interesting entrance, I guess. Might be able to do some dermises of some fish down there, something, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that looks about right. It looks about even, and yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to put a roof on, and I'm going to show you a trick when it comes to building over doorways. So it's not really a complicated build, but I am going to show you this little trick here, because if you've ever built with dinosaur gates or behemoth gates, you can never actually snap ceilings or walls above them, and this is generally how I get around it. So just need a couple of foundations. We need to create a new snap point so we can put some pillars down. And like I say, this works if you're just using vanilla. It doesn't matter if you've got S plus or vanilla, it works the same. But we've just created a new snap point. Now we can shove some pillars in, just going up the side of the dinosaur gates here. And I'll repeat this on the other side as well, just so it all looks even. But actually snapping pillars up the side of the building also creates another texture, and there's something else that I do like to play around with my builds. So we're just going to bring up to the height of that door there. We'll do the same on the other side as well, like so. Now the problem you come into is if you've got any walls, you can't actually place any walls above the door. And I'll just get these and show you what I mean. So as you can see, there is no snap point. Even if we went up to the top there, it doesn't go from the top down. But if we put a ceiling just above this, we can create a new snap point, and I'm going to be able to solve that problem. You can naturally, if you want, you can get rid of this after it's been placed. You can destroy it, but I'm going to keep this because it also kind of acts as a little porchway. Just going to use the Argent to get up here. If you're on PC, just press X if you want the Argent to stop, and that really can be a big help if you're building. So just going to snap a ceiling onto the top like so, and that'll create a new snap point. Now, like I say, you can get rid of this after you're done, but I'm going to keep it because it's going to create a little bit of a porchway for us. I'll put some pillars in going down as well so it matches the other side. Ick these. Get on your nerves, them things. Okay. So next, we need to place some ceiling down. Okay. So I've just removed the ceiling above so you can see this. We're just going to clip the first one onto that wall, come across in this direction. And now we can build down from that snap point. And we can delete this or afterwards. I'm going to delete that flat ceiling there, but I'm going to keep the porchway. I think that looks pretty good. A couple of windows and some walls. And I'm imagining when we've got some light coming out, then windows are going to light up once we get some fires, maybe some artifacts or something. It'll give another effect. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with it. So there you go. It's just a pretty simple trick when you're building above dino doors. That's how you build down. And now of course we can remove these ceiling pieces above, and we just need to put our flat roof on the top here. Oops, lost one. Let's just come up a bit higher up here, can do it. And if you want to get rid of the porch down below, it will all still hold together. We can pick all of this stuff up. It was really just needed just to create some new snapping points. And I guess we best save it. Let's put this one just here. It's always finicky building in Ark, even with S+, but you get there. There it is. Oh, come on. Snap. This is why I can never do speed builds. But there you go. That's how you come back down over the top of a dinosaur door. And of course, same principle applies if you're doing a behemoth gate. I think originally they were just intended to be kind of fence gates and not actually doorways into bases, but of course we all use them. I'm going to build something above that to give it a porchway effect. I think I might put some fence posts down just on top here, and yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, so it's been a minute, but we've finally managed to finish off our doorway, and I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. I know it doesn't really have much practical use, but it certainly feels a lot better having some sort of entrance rather than just a gate that blocks off the cave. Now granted, I'm probably not going to utilise this area here too much. Might put some dermises or something and spread it out, but it certainly feels a lot better when you're approaching your base and coming in and out of that. It has a little bit of character to it, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Like I say, it needs a lick of paint. We'll probably put some plants or something, or maybe a dermis statue at the top of it, but we've begun our journey on Fjordur. Now, I can't wait to come back with some more episodes. Of course, we've got the Desmondus, we've got the Andrewsarchus, all of these creatures that I can't wait to experiment with. And I'm certainly going to be coming back with some more short form guides like you're used to. And we're, of course, going to be continuing our journey and keep on with the spirit of this. We're going to keep you posted on the progress that I'm making as much as I can, but expect more guides from myself. If you want to join the server, like I say, links to the Discord are always in the description. We'd look forward to having you. But until next time, I'm James from Complete Games, and I'll see you.